How's it going, guys? These are 5 things that I see people do that are absolutely killing your progression. I see people do it all the time. I used to do it early on when I was learning these kinds of gacha games that really slowed down my progress. And ever since I stopped doing these things, I could skyrocket my progression and speed run through these kinds of games and make a lot of progress very quickly. Yeah, and I think they're super important to know, and you guys will benefit very much from knowing these. I think today will be a pretty short video. I just want to make sure you guys get these down and remember them, because they're so important, and the sooner you get these down, the better you're going to be off for the long term. So I have a little list. Imagine that. I've got a notepad on this screen. Isn't that absurd? I have two. Gosh, I've already been over this, but I can't believe it. It's so cool. Crazy setup. All right, I feel so official. Yeah, okay. All right. I have to read over my little notes because I have notes now. Like a big fancy YouTube, or maybe a guy that just has no memory. I'm the second guy. Gosh darn it. But you're spreading your resources too thin, building too many teams. You're building too many units. You're building all the fun, exciting, fancy toys and all that, which is very fair and very understandable. I've been guilty of this so often, like so much. It's so hard not to. And this is not to say that you can never build your really cool, awesome, shiny things, but if you have to get this foundation going of like, this is what I'm going for, I'm setting this goal, this is going to take me further in the game, and then I can start focusing on these other things that are going to be more exciting with like PvP and stuff like that, or super fast things, or like I just really want to try this unit, right? And that's like all things that if you hold off on for a little while, you will do so much quicker, because you can farm things or do different activities and everything much faster if you focus on the basics and getting just your baseline done first. It's going to speed everything up, and you're going to be so glad, even like 2 days from when you really made these decisions, that you made those, the annoying choices of like, I should build this instead. I want to build this fancy thing, but I can wait like 2 days, get this done, and then build all my fancy things like much faster. It's so worth it, trust me. And that kind of like segues into my second point, which is that you're building units that are very good for PvP that you're pulling. Like a lot of Nat 5s are built for PvP, and you're not building your core base dungeon units. So like I pull this guy, Water Barbarian, I pulled pretty early on. I'm like, dude, this guy's so cool. Oh my gosh, I need to build him. And I think I did build him a little early. I'm guilty of it too. It's the worst, but it's so exciting to get cool new things. But I was like, still like, I kind of gotta hold off. I only maxed him out to 50. I did not 6-star him or anything, because I needed to build my dungeon teams so that I can get that jumping off point to then be able to build all of my units. So now I can build all of my 6 stars, all of my Nat 5s, my fancy cool things, and use them everywhere. And I do actually want to mention a couple really important units that you probably do want to prioritize, and how you want to order your dungeons. You want to start with boxing, as I've said in previous videos, and then go into farming like heavy metal for zeal. And then the other dungeons I haven't messed with too much, but they definitely have their place. But I think the game is very early on right now, and I don't think anyone really has the gear or resources they should have to be farming those other dungeons, if that makes sense. But a couple of units that I wanted to mention for you to build early on for that like kind of free to play baseline team to get going in Boxer would be the Turtle Tank, the Occult Dancer, and Steel Wings. Like you don't even have to 6-star them. Steel Wings, and then a lot of people like Popo Rider here. But you can mess around with that last slot a lot, actually. Just get something that's going to make your team stable, and then you can slowly add more damage dealers in and get your runs a little bit faster. Eventually get to the point where then maybe you can add a Bookworm and then start one-shotting waves with an attack buff. And then you can go, if you pull Treen and Rat, then you can go the dot combo and then go from there. But it's a slow progression. And if you think about it, like, I'm trying to build this team and I'm so limited on resources because I don't have like a farmer built. Like, it's really important you build some farmer to get XP quickly, because if you're not getting these baselines down and you're just building like, oh, I pulled this really cool guy, I'm gonna build him first, and you're sprinkling all those into these really important things that you have to prioritize, it's compounding. It's going to multiply the amount of time that it takes to actually make progression by quite a significant amount. Like, it really, really will slow you down. It's not as fun, I know, but if you really want to make good progression quickly, then that's the way to go. But everyone plays these games differently, but this is the more efficient way to go. Number 3 is you are not focusing one dungeon at a time. Not focusing one dungeon at a time. You have a bunch of different teams built, all your gears spread across a bunch of units, and you are like, I'm going to do a little bit of this, and I'm going to do a little bit of that, and I'm going to do a little bit of this, is not as it's not as powerful because as focusing one area, because first of all, it's harder to finish gear sets if you have such a diluted pool of each type of gear. So if I have 10 different gear sets farmed versus 5, then all of those gear sets are spread around. All the good gear from all of my time spent playing is spread around all these different gear sets. It's much more of a diluted pool of really good pieces of gear versus if I just focus, let's say Boxer, then I'm going to have many more. I'm going to have twice as many Swift gears as I would if I farmed Boxer and Heavy Metal, for example. So I could have like half as many Swift runes, but then I have also some decent Zeal runes or whatever, or pieces of gear. But that is not as good as having extremely good single sets of gear, and you don't have to spread your gear quality around or not be able to finish gear sets. So it's really important to be able to focus one area of the game. Very important. So you're not spread too thin. And then another one, this is just a little tip. I don't know how many people are doing this. I hope not too many. But if you're spending your gems or guild points or arena points or whatever on summons before really going for those towers or whatever, then it's going to be probably pretty detrimental to your progression unless you can really farm what you're trying to do, or you're spending money gems wise. But I would not suggest spending gems on summons at all. Like, gear is extremely, extremely important, and in the scheme of things, you're gonna get pulls. You know, you're gonna get a lot of pulls. So, especially from like a tower or whatever it's called, tunnel. Jeez. Yeah. So that was just a little tip. I don't know how many people are really spending all of their resources on summons, but it's really something that is super important to avoid if you really want to make good progress. You're selling all of your 4-star gear. Yes. Yeah. If you're selling all of your legendary 4-star gear, huge mistake. Massive mistake. Some of my best gear pieces, I talked about this in a video back about what gear I prioritize and what gear I sell, how I know, how I think about it and everything. And 4-star legendary gear is an insane resource that people are just like throwing away completely, not keeping it, not even checking the rolls or anything. And it is crazy because 4-star gear has the same rolls as a 5-star piece of gear. It just gets one less of those rolls. But if it's a legendary, then it's one like extra, like it's, yeah, no, because you can still get quad rolls on 4-star gear. So extremely important, especially prioritize speed, and really check the gear that you're throwing away, because odds are there's a lot of pieces of gear you're throwing away that could have been very good. And not just keeping gear that has speed on it. Like there's a lot of pieces of gear that I've kept that don't have speed on it, that a lot of people would throw away, that I use as very, very good. My Dark Archon is kind of an example of this. I mean, he does have all brilliant gear, but I can solo with him. I can solo entire like towers in territory wars with him. So, you know. Oh no, I'm getting a call. Guys. Somebody wants to talk to me. Anyway, I mean, that's basically it. Just wanted to do a quick video on this, really kind of get the idea out there so that you guys aren't making these mistakes, because they really can mess up your progression, slow you down a little bit. And I want to see you guys in the arena that don't have Light Bear. Stop freaking using Light Bear, guys. We need to, like, I swear, we need to, like, protest this freaking unit, dude. This thing's ridiculous. Oh my god, I could rant about it for hours, but I will spare you that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good one. I hope you've learned something from this video. I'll see you later. Bye.